Today we're going to be talking about the fear of failure. Now, I have been failing. I can't even tell you how many times I tried to do this video, and I don't know what the problem is, but I've been failing royally, okay? But that's not going to stop me from making this video. And before we get into it, I want to encourage you, if you haven't watched the very first video to the series, stop what you're doing right now, go look at that, because it's important that you understand that money mindset, that mindset you need to have to be economically successful. Now, back to the fear of failure. So I've written down 3 things, and I have like an honorable mention to get into, but I've been struggling with the right examples to give in this video, but I'm going to just try to keep it short and sweet. First of all, if you aren't failing, you aren't learning. All right? Society teaches us that it's a bad thing to fail. And when you think about it, we've been groomed to accept this from grade school. Think about it. If you're being introduced to a new subject and you're getting the stuff wrong, you generally get reprimanded for it. Now, I don't know if teachers are taught to be like that, or maybe they're just irritated because their classroom is too big. I don't know what the issue is, but I'm pretty sure you've experienced, just like me, someone getting irritated with you or acting like it's a problem because you don't know something, because you keep getting something wrong. Look, that's okay. The only way to learn is to fail. When you fail, you now know what doesn't work, and you gain a deeper understanding of whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And don't let anyone tell you anything different, because that's facts. Now, at the end of this video, well, actually not at the end of the video, but I'm going to leave a link in the description to an article that covers 45 famous people that failed royally before they made it big. We talking about everyone from Elvis to Michael Jordan to Van Gogh to Oprah. Okay, so at the end of this, go to the description, click that link, and just go through the article and read about everyone's failures, okay? The second thing I have written down is failing doesn't mean you're a failure. It just kind of goes back to the school thing. It makes you feel like you're a failure if you failed at something, but that's not the case. The only time you become a failure is when you stop trying. When you stop failing, that's when you can be labeled a failure, all right? You can also be labeled a failure if you continue to do the same thing over and over again. I mean, you know, if you're in a relationship and the dude keeps slapping you, you know, it's probably not going to stop doing that. You should probably move on, okay? I mean, bruh, your wife has cheated on you 37 times, and I don't think 37th time is the charm, all right? You probably want to move on from that. So you don't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over again, because that, of course, is going to be failure. But, you know, as long as you're learning from your mistakes, you learn, like you fail, you learn what doesn't work, and you don't repeat that, you move on to do something different. Even if it's slightly different, you are good. You are moving forward, okay? And the last thing I just want to say, this kind of goes hand in hand with the article at the end of this, of all those people who made it big, who failed before, is that there's this saying, you fail your way to the top. I mean, really, that's the only way to become a master at something, is to fail at it and learn what doesn't work. You cannot be a true master at something if you just always got it right, right? I couldn't be a really good mechanic if I've never messed some stuff up before. And I've messed some stuff up before. Like, you might watch some of my other videos and think, man, he really know what he's doing. That's only because I've screwed up some stuff before, okay? So you cannot really speak intelligently about something if you have never messed it up before. People who just get it right can't really tell you about how it feels to fail at it, which is very important if you want to be a good teacher. They can't tell you some of the things to look out for just because they've never experienced it. See, someone who fails a lot is just very experienced at that thing. And so that's the type of teacher you want, someone who kept failing at something and eventually made it. That makes you qualified to be a master teacher. And the last thing I want to say is you got to watch the people that are around you. You have to be mindful of the company you keep. There's that saying, birds of a feather flock together, and if you hang out with a bunch of losers, I mean, how big of a winner could you possibly be? Losers and people who are miserable, misery loves company, they love to pull other people down. They don't want to really see you succeed. You need to be around people who truly love you, who will be honest with you, who will tell you when things don't look like they're working, or would help try to correct you and help you pivot into a new direction that will be beneficial for you. And you know, you can't be touchy about it. You got to make sure that these people are not being critical of you, but you know when somebody loves you and somebody genuinely trying to help you. And I'm going to just pause there on that one, because that's a whole another video about having the right people in your life, because surely having the wrong people in your life will keep you down. It's those people that make you fear failure anyway, all right? Having the bad people around you. So anyway, very short video, but I hope that it was helpful, okay? Don't ever be afraid of failure. I know it's a little scary, but here's the thing. If you never try, you're guaranteed 100% failure. You'll never do it if you never try. So be brave, have the courage, try, okay? And if you do fail, congratulations. You know, a movie comes to mind, and it is very inspiring, and I think it's one of the greatest Disney movies, and it's Meet the Robinsons. I would encourage you, if you can, find that movie. I don't know if it's on Netflix or whatever now. It's kind of old, but go look at that movie. All right, in there, they talk about that lesson. The main character is a great inventor, and he wants to give up in the beginning because he keeps failing, but he ends up becoming like the greatest inventor of all time, and he embraced that failure mentality, that failing mentality. Like when he fails, they congratulate him. Anyway, just go watch it. It's excellent. But anyway, hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next videos.
But I don't negotiate with my mind. I run this in my heart and soul. I don't let the brain run. I use my brain. I don't let my brain use me. The easiest way to deal with the fear of failure is to be more fearful of not taking action, to be more fearful of settling for a life that is far below what you deserve and what you desire. Everybody has a place where they get fearful. It's just the human mind, it's there. It's not that you're not going to be fearful. I think what it really is just, again, training yourself to say, I can be fearful and I can do it anyway. I don't have to get rid of the fear. I just have to dance with it. I have to use the energy of it to move myself forward. And I found in the early days, I used to, like, when I was trying to make a decision, I would do what I called my rocking chair test. I took a helicopter ride one time. We're flying straight across all the people, bumper to bumper, no stop. This is the way to live. What would it take to, learn how to fly a helicopter? Money, time, energy, where am I going to fit all this in? What would life be like? I'm 85 years old, I'm in my rocking chair, and I flew helicopters, and I took my friends and family and took the doors off, and we screamed down on the water, and we lived this life where you could go wherever you want the way you want. It was like, wow. I looked at what that life would be, felt it felt incredible. And what if you never learn? What if you come up with all these fears? I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't know if I can do it, I don't know if I can master it. And you let the fears dominate me, and I never learned to fly a helicopter, and I'm 85 in my rocking chair, and I look back on my life and I missed out on all that. But the fastest way to deal with fear is do it anyway. You don't have to feel good to do stuff. That's an illusion. Make yourself do it. What I've trained my brain is when I say do it, we do it. It doesn't matter if it feels good. It doesn't matter if it's too cold. It doesn't matter if I don't feel like it. It doesn't matter if I'm fearful. I do it anyway. And when you train yourself to do it anyway, you have a freedom most people will never have.